Coming up on Great Hearts, Great Stories.
The biggest cross-country event of the year unfolded at Desert Twilight. Athletes from Great Hearts, Arizona pushed their limits in one of the nation's largest and most competitive stages, where speed, grit, and determination meet in the desert heat.
Our Dorothy is a senior, our Wizard, our Lion, our Tin Man, and our Wicked Witch. So those are our seniors, and most of them have been with us since they were in middle school.
And somewhere over the rainbow, Scottsdale Prep students perform The Wizard of Oz. We'll tell you why this performance meant so much to the school just ahead.
Where were you during the scene? Taking a shower.
Taking a shower at lunch?
Taking a shower at lunch?
Students at Archway Veritas got creative during a mock trial as these scholars got a taste of the legal system. The jury had to decide who was guilty of feeding the cat French fries, and the penalty in this case that you won't want to miss.
Get ready for a runway like no other. Young Hearts preschoolers stepped into the spotlight with their Picasso-inspired masterpieces. With creative faces, colorful designs, and big smiles, these little artists walked the runway showing off their one-of-a-kind artwork in a fashion show filled with imagination and joy. That's all coming up on Great Hearts, Great Stories. Welcome to Great Hearts, Great Stories, our monthly student newscast. I'm Addison Storrs, a senior at Trivium Prep.
And I'm Patrick Manley, also a senior here. And we're kicking this episode off with a case of who done it.
Archway Veritas students participated in mock trial to decide if the defendant was guilty of feeding the cat human food.
My name's Andrew Gould. I was a judge for over 20 years. I'm here today to speak to the kids and just teach them a little bit about the basics of the courts and how a trial runs. So I need each of you to play a role. We're going to have a judge, we're going to have a prosecutor, a defense attorney, and we're going to have witnesses. Your sister over there, you're trying to blame it on her. Okay. So be creative, think of whatever you can, what you saw. But what you can't testify to is you can't say you actually saw her feeding the cat. The kids always, when I've done this before, they start to pick up on it more and more as it goes on. And so the witnesses get more and more interesting, start to kind of get into their character a little bit.
He think it's very suspicious that Mom said that she was going to the bathroom when the French fries were eaten, but apparently now she was buying a rug. Well, she had just ordered the rug and she was putting it in. Yes, I very much like McDonald's. And you know if there's any cat food at McDonald's French fries? No, McDonald's makes our cat have diarrhea. Where were you during the scene? Taking a shower.
Taking a shower at lunch?
Taking a shower at lunch?
Who knows, there might be a future lawyer in there someday. So I just want it to be a positive experience and have them understand, what the courts do a little bit. It's kind of a case that you build off of a very basic fact pattern of circumstantial evidence. So a crime's been committed, you have circumstantial evidence that it was committed, but you don't have direct evidence. You don't have somebody who actually saw it, and you don't have somebody admit to it.
Yes, it's true, I'm innocent.
So the jury, the kids have to kind of figure out, is there enough circumstantial evidence to conclude the defendant is guilty or not? So we need to find out, did this young man over here feed the cat the French fries or not? We're going to get a vote at the end to see if you think this young man is guilty or not guilty of breaking Mom and Dad's rules.
I pronounce the order guilty.
First punishment, he has to change the cat litter for a week. Second punishment, he has to take out the trash for a week. Or the third punishment, he has to eat cat food for a week. And it's interesting because when you listen to their comments, it's a lot about the demeanor and the way somebody testifies, which is true to form for a court. It's much how a person says it is what they say.
I think he was guilty because he was crossing his arm. I think that child number 1 ate the french fries.
Why do you think that?
Because it found other people's stories more believable.
All right, thank you guys.
This court is adjourned.
At Young Hearts, Picasso Day was a fashion show where 3- and 4-year-olds strutted the runway, sporting in their Picasso looks as they ran, jumped, skipped, and walked the white carpet.
My name is Mrs. Lewis. I am the Young Hearts Preschool Director. Today we're going to have a fun fashion show where we're going to display our Pablo Picasso artwork. We did a little studying on Pablo Picasso this week, and the kids learned that he started a love of art at a young age, and we believe the same thing here at Young Hearts. So the children were able to make their own process art. We thought it would be a fun idea to showcase them on the runway. Here at Young Hearts, we do love art. It is a big part of our day, and let me tell you, the kids use their imagination. They're very creative. Our goal here is to use process art, which means that we like to throw a lot of different material out and have fun. Let them use their imagination and express themselves through art. So we had an awesome day today. Can't wait to do it again next year.
Dorothy, the Lion, Tin Man, and Scarecrow all hit the stage at Scottsdale Prep to perform The Wizard of Oz, giving Archway Scottsdale students a special preview before the opening night.
This is our 10th anniversary season, our silver season, so our theme was to do from silver screen to stage. So every show we're doing this season is based off of a movie. And it's actually the first time in 10 years that we repeat a production. So Wizard of Oz was the 3rd show we ever did at Scottsdale Prep under my tutelage, and we knew when it was a chance to bring a show back that The Wizard of Oz was exactly the one we wanted for our 10th season, because it's truly, there is no place like home, and I love the message of the show, and it's just one that our kids love so much. So we knew that's what we were bringing back. We knew we had the talent for it, and we're just super excited to have it back on our stage again. We're having 5th grade come over today. They're watching Act 1. We just think it's a beautiful opportunity for them to see what's forthcoming in their journey through a Great Hearts school and to look forward to the next steps. Our Dorothy is a senior, our Wizard, our Lion, our Tin Man, and our Wicked Witch. So those are our seniors, and most of them have been with us since they were in middle school. It's really great to see them have that moment in the spotlight.
So I'm a senior and I'm playing Dorothy.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. We must be over the rainbow.
I was so excited about playing Dorothy. I was Dorothy for Halloween last year, and then I find out that the show is Wizard of Oz, and I was like, oh my gosh, if I get Dorothy, I would literally explode. And so then the entire summer, that's all pretty much I thought about. The week of auditions was like the most scary week of my entire life. But then when the casts came out, I like started bawling. Like, it was crazy.
Now, why are you running away?
Why?
No, tell me.
So this is my 20th show at Prep, which is kind of crazy. I've been doing shows here since 5th grade, and it's really fun. Like, we really are a family. There's some people here that I've known for 8 years and have been doing shows with them. Just the bond that we have and getting so close and like crying before every show because all the seniors are leaving, and it's a lot of chaos. There's always people running around, throwing costumes, props everywhere, but I think that's what makes it really exciting because it's always like alive.
That doesn't do any good. I'm afraid of them.
I've made the best friends from doing this, and It's so much fun. Like, it really is a family, and so I would recommend it a million times. Even if like you don't want to act and just do tech, like any involvement is so much fun.
Now I'd like to introduce you to School Resource Officer Drew from Great Hearts Roosevelt.
So during the fall break, me and some good friends, we traveled to North Carolina and Florida. First we stopped in Asheville, then Burnsville and the rural areas around it. We were there to try to help out as much as possible. We took 7.5 tons of donated supplies we got from organizations out here in friends and family. Did all we could there, and then we went to Florida to prepare for Milton that was going to hit.
When Hurricanes Helene and Milton hit the East Coast, Officer Drew went out to aid with relief efforts. With a convoy of supplies, Drew and his team arrived in remote areas where the hurricane's destructive force had left entire towns nearly inaccessible. Even though it has been weeks since the hurricanes hit, the southeast region is still in need of supplies.
The biggest thing you can do if you want to directly help is get in contact with the Yancey Fire Department out in Burnsville, North Carolina. I have buddies, I have friends that are there now working alongside them. They need chainsaw tools, stuff for chainsaws. Ultimately, getting in contact would probably let you know what they need best.
Great hearts, great books. We love celebrating literature inside our schools. At Archway Veritas, students and teachers dressed up as their favorite literary or historical characters and spent a day full of reading their favorite stories.
Great Hearts, Great Books Day is a perfect day for the kids to celebrate all of the literature they've read at Archway, but also all of their favorite books at home. We love to instill a love of reading at school, but also they can celebrate their favorite historical characters as well. The requirement for the costume is that the student chooses a literary character, or they can choose a person from history that they have learned about at school that has left an imprint on them, or just their favorite characters that have sparked their imagination whenever they're reading a book. I have seen so many Dorothys running around, and actually in 4th grade they do read The Wizard of Oz, so all of the 4th grade team is dressed up, and one of our 4th grade TAs is dressed as the Wicked Witch, and she looks incredible. Our grade level, we are actually doing historical figures, so we are all the ancient Roman gods and goddesses. I am the Roman goddess Victoria. I am the goddess of victory, and we learn about ancient Rome in 3rd grade. And I chose Victoria because we are going to win field day this year, so we had to start with victory. So we have our VPA senior readers who come into the classroom, and they read books to the children, and then the children can ask them questions. We also have a guest reader who comes into the Lund Center, who is usually a professional storyteller, who uses all of the fun voices, and they act out stories for the kids.
They heard.
And then the kids just actually read books all day, and they get to just enjoy reading. They can read with partners. And we meet with our buddies too. The value of this day is that it is just a really special time that we can honor reading. It gives everyone a chance to be creative and to dress up and just have fun and truly enjoy reading for the pleasure that it is, and then we can just make magic together. It's so fun seeing their eyes light up when they see each other's costumes, and if we read a book with their character in it, and everyone looks at that character, and it's just a really great way to build community. We hold books so dear to our heart, and we're always choosing great books for our kids to read, and we want them to not only learn from the books, but to truly enjoy the books and to truly enjoy the characters. And we teach all of the virtues as well, and often those virtues are displayed within the characters and the stories. So it all just ties into what Great Heart stands for.
The Chandler Prep Titans football team is currently ranked in the top 25 for state. They defeated Arte Prep 31-13 in their last home game. The school also received an upgraded press box over the summer, and we've got the exclusive tour.
So first year we've had the press box, was just put together over the summer through the ASTA grant. Had some awesome people from NORCON to work with, getting this set up, and it really makes us look more official with our football team and all of our field teams. So it brings a bigger school vibe to being a smaller school. The other thing about having a press box versus not is there's a better energy around it. People are excited. We have our coaches sectioned off in there where they're able to see things from a better vantage point. Our live stream is better. We have a lot more film opportunities having this awesome press box here. It's made a significant difference, and the enjoyment from the kids, they love it.
Turning to sports now, the football playoffs are upon us.
And the program at Lincoln Prep has been growing and improving over the years. In fact, this year marks the first time in school history that they hosted a state playoff game against Desert Heights Prep.
Max Bruns, a senior at Arte Prep, was recently nominated for Arizona Republic's High School Boys Athlete of the Week for his remarkable cross-country performance. His first place finish at the Eye of the Tiger Invitational earned him the 12th fastest in the state and broke a long-standing school record for the 5K. Great Hearts cross country and track teams from across Arizona took part in the 18th annual Desert Twilight meet, offering a fun nighttime racing experience.
This event is one of the biggest ones in the West Coast, probably top 6 in the country for the number of runners, over 6,000 runners in one night. So it's wonderful to have our athletes be able to participate in an event like this. Desert Twilight's one that any Arizona runner looks forward to, just because of the sheer size and the sheer number of races that are going on, and the just level of competition here is wonderful to see.
I like that it's short, but there's also a bunch of people, so it feels more popular and more important. I practiced every day of the week and did hills and sprints and just ran the long distances.
Taisley, I've got your award right here. You had to be in the top 20 to get one of these awards, and she's number 8 out of 188 girls in the middle school or junior high race here at Desert Twilight. This is the 18th annual, and this is like as you can tell, there are many schools, over 280 high schools here, and probably somewhere around 50 middle schools here. And so Taisley, fantastic job. Here's your award. Congratulations.
The vibe is really nice. It's really fun just running at night. The temperature's a little hot, which is annoying, but it's always a lot better than running in the morning, I think. Having everybody cheering for you while you run, it's awesome. It's a fast 5K course. I think it's the fastest of the year, so it's nice to be able to PR and run good.
Macy Brady, time of 10 minutes, 37.3 seconds, number 5 in the Desert Twilight. So here you go, Macy, congratulations. So proud of you.
Turning to the high school cross country, the Chandler Prep boys team, the Veritas girls team, and the Glendale boys team each took first place in their sections. Congratulations! In the Great Hearts Middle School League, made up of more than 80 schools, North Phoenix Prep dominated the cross country field, winning both boys and girls championships. Veritas boys and Anthem girls team both placed second.
In middle school volleyball, it was Trivium Prep taking on Cicero Prep in the 18th championship game. Trivium gets the win 2-0 and walks away with the league trophy.
And congratulations to Veritas Prep Middle School Golf Team for winning the Great Hearts Middle School League. Scottsdale Prep coming in as runner-up.
Designed to complement the curriculum, our after-school enrichment programs allow our scholars to have fun and continue learning in Athenaeum.
The word Athenaeum comes from the Western society. The word Athenaeum is continuing education. So back in the classical times, Athenaeum would be the representation of college. So we call it Athenaeum because it is that continuation of the school day. Athenaeum for Great Hearts is our after-school program. So it does differ from a lot of the schools that do the after-school clubs that the teachers run. Athenaeum consists of homework time, recess and snack time with that community building, and then a classical lesson or craft each day that aligns with our virtues.
Each day have a different lesson plan that we use to carry them through something like this. In the past, we have taken part in activities that allow them to appreciate different cultures that allow them to appreciate the natural world. Today, we're going to be going through a short lesson with them where we're going to be making Ferris wheels using paper plates, colored pencils and markers, so that we can show them the way in which simple machines, things like the wheel, Ferris wheel, to allow the children to be able to understand and appreciate the way in which these very simple building blocks have allowed us to reach where we are today. We're letting them use a few of those building blocks themselves to make something they can take home.
Some of the feedback that we get from our parents is that they really appreciate having a space to go with their scholars where they know that their scholars are getting that education from us. A lot of the parents that come from other programs say that it's kind of more of a free-for-all, but with us, they know that they are leaving their scholars in great hands with our Great Hearts teachers. So we really work as a community, and I think something that Athenaeum does really well is that community building aspect. So we have the trust with the families and with the academy that kind of relays information between the teachers and the parents and the scholars.
Athenaeum is different from the rest of the school programs because it is really connected to the students and it's more than just an after-school program. I have been at some other after-school programs and it's very like, go in, do your homework, that's it. Athenaeum is very fun for the kids and they really enjoy being there and enjoy being with their teachers, and we as teachers enjoy it just as much as they do.
Athenaeum is a great place to go. You can hang out with your friends that aren't in your class and you get more time to play with them. It's really exciting to go to Athenaeum and your parents can have a break for a second.
I think my parents' favorite part is that I get to do homework here. I get to spend time with my friends and yeah, we play with each other.
You can do all your homework so you don't have to do it at home. I get to do arts and crafts and get to do my homework.
And doing a basketball.
And there's lots of crafts. You like to go on the swings and like talk and eat sometimes.
I play basketball and play monsters.
I love all of my Athenaeum teachers because they're nice to me and they're really fun.
My favorite part about Athenaeum is when we have fun. I just really like Athenaeum because it's just super fun.
My parents' favorite part is probably that I'm having lots of fun.
Athenaeum supports our Great Hearts mission by just continuing the school day, continuing the expectations that we have at Great Hearts. All of the things that we do in Athenaeum directly align with the Academy. Athenaeum helps our students with truth, goodness, and beauty just by the way that we interact with our scholars. We still use the virtue-based education with our scholars. So our Athenaeum teachers are trained in love and logic and teach like a champion. So when we are interacting with our scholars, whether it is a good reinforcement or sometimes we need that positive reinforcement for the scholars, I think that Athenaeum really is a great program for all of our families because we do truly tie into the Great Hearts mission.
North Phoenix Prep takes field day to a whole new level of competition, where it's all about team building and community to bring out the wild side of the academy.
This is our field day. We run it twice a year in the fall and in the spring. It's an opportunity for all of our students to get out and compete against each other in a lot of different games. All middle school students get put on gladiator teams at the beginning of the school year. The students get drafted onto these teams. On field days, they get together and compete. The middle school teams go against each other and high school teams go against each other. The high school teams are all based on themes that the students have chosen and the students dress out for that. They compete all day from start to finish, and then they get awards at the end of the day as well, plus the honor of knowing that they've won. And it's a huge event, it's super fun. We have parents come out and feed us. We have student leaders who are involved. The faculty get excited and involved in it as well. Yeah, it's one of our biggest events on campus. It's great. I run our gladiator team program. That's one of my big jobs on campus. And so it's a huge leadership opportunity for high schoolers to mentor younger students. We have an application process at the end of the school year where we select our best high school leaders who we think are going to be great and influential on the school. By the time we get to field day, they've done so much work that, you know, the students come out here and they're so excited and stoked.
I'm Joy. I've been part of this process for about 4 years now. I started off as a regular leader, but for my sophomore and junior year, I became vice president. and I did what Hadley did this year, and I planned field days, so I planned about 4 of them. And this year I got promoted to president.
I this year am the vice president of the Lanista program. I started my freshman year as a Lanista, moved up to spirit officer, and then now am the vice president. This year I planned field day with Miss Scripsima, and yeah, we've just been running the gladiator teams for quite some time now.
I just think it's an amazing opportunity for our grades to kind of mix and get to know each other more. There's seniors mixed with freshmen and sophomores mixed with juniors. So they really get to know each other more, and that's what really brings this campus together. We are a tight-knitted school, so just having events like these to get them even closer is really nice. It makes it feel more like a community and like a family, rather than just, oh, I'm stuck with my grade and these are the only people I know.
So our PSO runs a pancake breakfast. That has also gotten bigger every year as our enrollment has gotten bigger, and so they just need more and more volunteers all the time. Out on the field today we have capture the ball, tug of war, ultimate frisbee. We have Hungry Hungry Hippos in the gym. And then a dodgeball game as well. We have a giant Jenga, Team Jenga. In the classrooms, we have a game called Blindfold Labyrinth, where they have to kind of go through an obstacle course and lead each other through that obstacle course. And then we have blindfold drawing, where some students have to tell other students how to draw a picture. Then whoever gets the best picture wins. And then you'll see at our break, we also do a faculty versus students game for everybody to see. And this year it is giant beach ball foursquare. So faculty, senators, Lanistae, and seniors are all competing against each other in a giant beach ball foursquare. Our top 3 teams for scoring each get prizes. Every student on the team gets a prize for winning, just points-wise. All day, we're also calculating spirit scores. The winning high school team gets a gladiator helmet. And the winning team for middle school gets a spirit sword. It's meant to demonstrate, because our mascot is the gladiators, and gladiators were slaves. When they were given their freedom, they were awarded a sword, a wooden sword that represented their freedom. And so that's what our spirit sword comes from. It's all student run, so that's a really important thing to know too, is that the students plan it, with me of course, and then students run all the games. They manage the teams as well. Teachers are here to support, but it's really all student led. It's definitely a whole community event.
And before we go, the PSO at Great Hearts Harveston hosted their annual fall festival with games, a photo booth, bounce houses, a fire truck tour, mobile library book bus, and face painting.
And even a chance to pie head of school Mr. Heisman. Needless to say, this was a hit with the students.
We will see you next month, and
Go Knights!